Hi, excuse me, welcome. Kaylee Elise here, and I just wanted to come on here to share a story, my abortion story with you all. Abortions are a heavy topic, especially in our society. It's looked at as taboo when really it's so common. One in three women, maybe even more, go through abortions. And yet we probably don't even realize that we know people, we're connected to people, we're related to people that have gone through this life-changing experience that's really hard. And our society does us a disservice when it doesn't openly talk about big topics like this. What happens is when we don't talk about things that are going on that are heavy, is that we push them down, we push them into the shadow. And the shadow self is the part of ourself that we kind of want to put the rug over, that we want to hide from the world. And that's because we've been programmed to think that we have to hide it from the world, because a lot of our society is only show up if it's positive. When someone asks you how you're doing, always say, I'm fine, even though most of the time we're not fine when we say, I'm fine. And it's this weird standard of life of we only need to show up and show our face to people when it's positive, when it's light, when it's happy, when it's good. When really we're here to experience polarity of life. We're here to experience all different aspects of life. And the problem with avoiding the darkness and putting it under the rug is that it doesn't go away. It becomes harder. It's under this rug and it's like growing, trying to get out of the blanket or whatever you put over it. And it starts affecting our life in many different ways. Maybe our relationships, maybe the way that we feel in our body. Everything's connected. We're holistic beings. So our body, our mind, our energy, emotions, these are all connected. And so you can see that if we're pushing something under, it's growing bigger and bigger and bigger within us, becoming this big monster within us, trying to dictate how we move through our life. And we're not coming from our truth and coming from alignment, because we're coming from this trauma or whatever has happened. So I think it's so important. And what I feel like is my big mission is to share my experience and to give y'all courage to share your experience as well, because the more that we share our experience, the more that we normalize this concept, and the more that we say this is okay, and we're curious rather than judgmental, huge thing right there, the more we can heal this world, the more that we bring in more self-love and acceptance for ourselves, which then ripples out to the world, because how we're treating others, how we're treating the world is really how we're treating ourselves. So if we're judging ourselves for things that we have done, shame and guilt and regret from society around this topic, and then we take it on, and then we think that we're shameful and we're guiltful and we're carrying this around, we're not loving and accepting ourselves. So what does that mean? That means that we start treating others without that love and acceptance as well. And that's what we need really to heal the world, is to accept ourselves and love ourselves fully, all parts of ourselves, the shadow part, the parts that maybe we want to hide from. That is how we heal ourselves. That's how we come back to ourself. That's how we activate our power, our gifts, our brilliance, is when we accept all parts of ourselves and we love all parts of ourselves. And abortion is a huge topic, and especially now when they're threatening to take away rights, they have taken away rights. It's this big battle of people wanting to control what other people do, which is so interesting to me. Very interesting. Why do people want to control what other people do? It's our body, our choice. And if you think about it, there are many reasons why people can get an abortion. It can save your life. It can help you in a situation. Maybe you don't have money. Maybe you're not ready. Maybe you don't have a partner. Maybe something happened to you to get pregnant. You didn't even want to get pregnant and it was forced upon you. Like, multiple reasons. It doesn't matter why you got it. You have your own reasons and you have your own choice, and it's an empowered choice. Because to think about it, we have so many children in the world. We have so many parents that probably shouldn't be parents. We have kids that are starving. We have things that are going on in this life. Like, we don't need more kids to heal the world. We need to heal ourselves and trust that whatever choice is the best for us. And for me and my abortion, that was the best choice for me. Thinking about having a kid makes me feel like tired. I'm going to be unhappy. I don't want that. It is just not aligned for me. And I know the reason why I got pregnant was to go through this abortion, to be this person, to stand up for women who don't feel like that they have a voice within this circumstance. And the thing about abortions is it's not just this thing where it happens to you physically and then you have physical symptoms after that you need to support or heal, process, whatever. This life-changing event affects you on every level. Spiritual self, your emotional self, your energetic, your physical, your mental, all parts of your being get affected by this. And if you are ignoring it and being like, oh, it happened, let me push it under the rug, I don't want to look at it anymore, then this is a disservice, because it's not going to go away. It's going to start affecting every part of your life, whether you know that it's from that or not, because the body holds all the wisdom. Anything that our body has gone through, anything that our mind has gone through, it is imprinted and held within the body. And unless we're looking at it and processing it becomes a disease in the body. Maybe it comes up as rashes. Maybe it comes up as a backache or a knee ache or whatever. Like, everything's connected. So it's really, really interesting. And I think it's so helpful if you've had an abortion at any time in your life. Doesn't matter when, doesn't matter if it was 50 years ago, 10 years ago, a year ago, last month. This is still imprinting and affecting your body if you have not looked at it or processed it. I had my abortion last year. If you're watching this in the future, it was 11/22/22, angel numbers, and it was all aligned. And when I got the date that they were available to do it, and they told me 11/22/22, I'm like, all right, another sign from the universe. I meant to go through this. And it was one of the hardest experiences of my life. Being pregnant was the hardest thing ever. And I didn't even know I was pregnant. I had all the symptoms. I was taking pregnancy tests. They were going negative until I got past the 11-week mark, which is when you have to have the procedure. And it was like a veil got lifted up. And it was like, okay, the universe really wanted me to go through this procedure and wanted me to go through this. It was so hard. It was like right after, not after COVID, 2 years after COVID, but they're not letting anyone bring in anyone with you into the facility. So I had to be by myself all day. And, I would have loved to have my husband there, someone there with me the whole time, but I couldn't. So all these women that go in are alone. I heard multiple people say that they needed like a doctor's note or like a bandage on their lip to pretend that they went to the doctor for a different reason rather than to get this procedure. So another confirmation that so many of us are going through abortions alone. No one there to support us. We're not telling people about it because we're feeling shame and guilt, not even the partner that we're with. And to me, that is devastating. It's so sad. It's so sad that we can't feel comfortable to reach out to people and ask for support and tell them what we're going through because of the shame and the guilt and the regret that gets thrown on us for this experience. And it breaks my heart. And that's why I'm like, I'm here to just be transparent, to share my journey so that I can inspire you to have the courage to share your journey too. And that's why we're doing this Good Grief portal and why I'm supporting beautiful souls who have been through an abortion anytime in your life to activate that self-love and acceptance so that you can go forward in life and that you can create a life that is your dream life and create it however it uniquely pleases you. And I think it's so important if we don't talk about or process or heal things that have happened to us in the past, then it is really hard for us to move forward into our dreams, because what happens is like we have this imprint of this happening and it's like we relive it over and over. We relive the trauma over and over until we're able to look at it and process it and let it go. And so maybe this is conscious, maybe this is unconsciously happening in your life, but it can just help you come into more freedom when you're able to own what has happened to you, accept what has happened to you, and love yourself and accept yourself anyways. Magic happens then. Like I said before, like that is what's missing with the world, is so many of us are not taught to love ourselves. We're taught to hate ourselves, to criticize ourselves, to be our biggest judger. And what do? We judge other people because we're judging ourselves. How we're treating others is how we have been treating ourselves. So something just to be conscious about. And so back to my abortion story. So found out I had to get this abortion. It was really hard. I was alone. Afterwards, of course, my husband picked me up and he was there to support me. But days after, I'd wake up bawling my eyes out, crying, being really emotional. It was painful and went through some hard stuff. My physical body didn't really even like heal for over 3 months. I lost hair. I lost half my hair. Hair was just falling out. And it was a really hard time. And thank God that I had the tools and I've done the work and the inner exploration up to that point. And that's why I think this has happened, because I had those tools. I have an open voice. I feel courage to share my experience and to be transparent with everyone. And yeah, I had the tools. Every day I would wake up, I would get emotional, I would journal, I would tap, EFT tapping. If you are unfamiliar with that, I have a bunch of tappings on my YouTube channel you can check out for free. And this is a somatic healing. Like I said, everything's connected. So of course, doing things that are going to support my physical body, my energetic body, my emotional body, my mental body, my spiritual body. That's what I was looking at every day. What do I need to do? Okay, my physical body needs warmth. I need to take a bath right now. Okay, my emotional body, I just need to cry. I need to journal out. I need to move through it with somatic healing and EFT tapping. I'm very intuitive. So every day I'd be like, okay, what does my body need? This is what I'm going to give it to them. And that's exactly what I want to support you through during this journey, so that you can start to show up for yourself and support yourself in whatever way you need. You can check in with your bodies. Okay, what do I need for my emotional? What do I need for my energetic? To stay in alignment and stay in your truth so that you can be in your brilliance and activate your gifts and activate your magic and be what you're meant to be here in this lifetime, to activate your purpose. And that's exactly what the last month is in Good Grief Portal. It's all about meaning and purpose. So like, what can we do from this? Everything that happens to us, the big, the small, the hard, the good, they're all activations and all opportunities to level up. The universe is not like, I'm here to punish you. Let's go through this really hard thing. It's like, okay, I know that Kaylee can handle this. I know that she can. And so I'm going to put her through this and give her an opportunity to rise, to upgrade, to level up, if she decides to surrender to what is happening. And that's exactly what I do when anything happens. And it's gotten to the point where it's like, all right, what's next? Like, it's crazy. And this life is unexpected, but without these unexpected things, like how boring would life be? Like, we're here to level up, we're here to evolve. And so how do we evolve? We go through the darkness, we go through hard things, and we find our light in the darkness. We find our power. Because if things were easy, we'd just be walking around and be like, okay, cool, things are easy, like whatever, like take advantage of this easy. It's always easy, like who cares? And when we experience hardships and portals, like grief portals to go through, the universe is like, all right, go through this portal and see what you can be on the other side. Step more into your truth, more into alignment, more into your power by surrendering to this opportunity. And so we can look at things in a different light of rather like the victim mentality, like things are happening to me. Things are actually happening for you, and the universe loves you, and the universe is on your side, and God wants you to succeed. Like, there is no ill will of the universe being like, oh, they're not going to make it through this. This is really hard. It's like, no, like, go Kaylee, like you got this. I'm letting you get through this because I know that you can do it, right? So it's just a different way of looking at things. And I really feel like it's my purpose in this life to make dark and heavy things feel lighter. Like somebody told me in a reading the other day, like, Kaylee, you're here to be the mother, to hold people's hands, to that, like, people that can't really go to the darkness or go to the deeps by themselves. Like, I'm here to hold your hand, make things lighter, and say, it's okay, we're gonna do this together. And that's exactly what I envision excuse me, for Good Grief Portal, which is our community to activate self-love after abortion. And this is so needed, this work. And what's really cool about the Good Grief Portal is that it's not like, okay, I only go through this because of abortion. Like, this is a grief portal, and this is getting set up to support you through any grief portal. So that when you learn, okay, this is how I'm going to get through this abortion and heal and process and evolve from this experience, all right, I can implement the same thing to whatever changes, transitions, grief portals I go into, and I can support myself with these tools, with these practices, with this journal, with these tappings, with this Kundalini, and I can alchemize my energy into whatever I want with these tools. So it's not just like, okay, this is just for the abortion. Like, you're going to have this portal, this student portal on Kajabi, your lifetime and your whole lifetime, and you can use it for anything, and it can be your life raft. But for this first portion, we're focusing on activating self-love after abortion, because I want you to find love and acceptance around what has happened to you and find power from that, and know that you can get through anything and come out on the other side even more powerful. I want to guide you to find your light in the darkness so that it doesn't feel heavy anymore. It doesn't feel hard to go through the darkness anymore, because guess what? This is a universe where we're not supposed to just be in the light all the time. Life is a roller coaster. We're like going up and down, like things are happening, challenges are coming our way. We're like unexpected things. And if we don't have a strong nervous system, if we don't trust that we can get through anything, we are going to get thrown around in life, and we're going to fall down really hard, maybe times not be able to get up. If we allow ourselves to be like, cool, this is life. I'm meant to go through the ups and downs. I have a strong foundation, so nothing can knock me down. Like, that's what I want for you. I want you to have a strong foundation in life so that you can get up again and again and again and keep moving forward and keep creating the life that you're here to create. And if it's in your heart, if you can visualize it, if you can dream it, then you can create it. All right. So yeah, let's see. What else do I want to cover? I just want to cover that this community is a non-judgmental, loving community. Wherever you're at is perfect. Like I said, you could have had your abortion yesterday, 50 years ago, whatever. And if you haven't done the processing or work or and the inner exploration around it, it is still there. You're still carrying on to it. So come into this Good Grief community with me, activating self-love after abortion, and let me help you heal from this life-changing experience on every level, neutralize everything so that you don't feel like an energetic charge around it. And something you can test in with right now to see where you're at is when you think about your abortion, what comes up for you? Do you get any physical symptoms? Do you feel numbed out? Do you feel like, oh, I don't want to do it? You run away? Like, notice what comes up. And then if things are coming up, you know there's something there that wants to be explored, that is ready to be healed and transmuted and alchemized into whatever it is that you are calling into this life. So just something that you can do. This is not an easy journey. Life is hard, but also when we have the tools and we have community and we don't feel alone, life feels so much more easy. It feels way more doable. It feels like, okay, I got this. I have a tribe by my side. I have community. I have people that have my back. And the biggest thing with grief is always feeling like you're alone. And maybe with this abortion, you probably are feeling alone because our society doesn't talk about it. It's not in mainstream. People aren't really sharing their experiences with people. So you're probably feeling like, I'm alone. No one's talking about this. This is really hard. I want to be the one to be like, it's okay to talk about it. And it is safe to talk about it with me, non-judgmental. I've been through it. I've been through really hard things. And we are human and we're all here to experience different things. And when we come together and we talk about it and we alchemize it into our power, magical things can happen. And you are just going to feel more empowered, more free. Who knows what's going to happen after you do this inner exploration around that and when you haven't before. And I want to be that person to hold your hand and be like, you got this. We're going to get through it together. The great thing about Good Grief community is people think, oh, this is a grief community, so we're probably just going to cry all the time. Maybe crying will come up, but this is all to create lightness in the dark. So we're going to have dance parties. We're going to move our body. We're going to talk about things. We're going to be there for each other. We're going to have a chat that's going to reach out to people and support you where you need to be supported if you're not feeling supported by the community that you're in, your family, whatever community you're a part of right now. So I want to be there for you and I want you to shine bright and I want you to find your magic through the darkness. I want you to find your light through the darkness because these are the opportunities that are given by the universe to shine bright and to evolve. And I want to help you to evolve and become the best you and just live a life of more color and pleasure and joy and light, because the more that we surrender to the darkness, the more we get to experience the light. We can only experience the polarity of what we've already experienced. So if we let ourselves go deep into the dark, more pleasure and more joy comes out of that as well. I know this firsthand. I have never felt so happy in my life. I literally wake up smiling, and it's because I let myself surrender to the darkness. I'm like, all right, universe, all right, highest self, divine self, soul. This is obviously what you want me to go through for a higher purpose. I surrender to it, whatever it is. Whatever lessons I'm supposed to get from this, I accept it. And I'm here to see the bigger picture, and I trust. And I want you to feel the same, where you feel like, oh, okay, I got this. I got this. I got this. Because you do. You have so much strength within you. And what better way to get back to your power by having like a community that has your back and having the tools that you know that are going to transmute anything that's not serving you into what does. So beautiful. So we start this Good Grief portal, Friday, December 1st. I'm really, really excited. This is such a great time to join a community. It's getting darker, it's getting colder, it's the winter months. These are the times that we're going to be going internal, going within, and I don't want you to go too far into the darkness and feel alone. And that's one of the biggest things that happens, especially if we're not used to going into the darkness. This is like a time that we're forced to go into the darkness and go internal, and it's really hard for us. Holidays are really hard if we've lost people. Like ever since I lost my mom, holidays have been a lot harder. And so what's the best thing to do is surround yourself with people who are going to support you, cheer you on, and be there for you no matter what. And this is exactly what Good Grief Community is all about. So wherever you're at on your journey, I am sending you so much love and support, and I see you. And please let go of the shame, the guilt, the regret. You're a human, you're trying your best, and I want to support you to shine even brighter in this world and to feel like you can create whatever life that is in your heart, because you can. And I want to help you get there. So if you are interested, you have questions, pop comments below, DM me on Instagram, sacred_self-mastery. Sacred_self-mastery on my Instagram. Private message me. I would love to answer any questions. There's details through the link below around Good Grief Portal. Our other community is for the sober curious, led by Abigail Tyler, my business partner, which I'm so excited about. All the details are down below. Wherever you're at, sending you so much freaking love. I'm here for you. I hope that you join our community. I literally cannot wait to support you the next 6 months. This is going to be a really transformative portal. All right. Sending you love. Let me know. Sign up through the link. DM me questions. Sacred Self Mastery, Kaylee out. Love you.